Few artists in modern music have faced the hate train that Drake has endured and still somehow managed to thrive in. From Meek Mill to Pusha T to Kendrick Lamar, Drake's career has almost evolved like a psychological case study on fame, competition, insecurity, and public image. While some battles made Drake look unstoppable, others damaged his image to an extent beyond his initial imagination. However, in June 2026, it would be a silly lie to claim that Drake is over. Not while his Iceman album is currently sitting pretty and proud on the charts. What then can we learn from Drake? Hi, I am Jane in the Lane, here to filter out the noise, give you an honest feel of pop culture, modern media, and trending topics, and then wow you with practical strategies you can apply to win in life. Now that you're ready, let's go. Part 1. The Meek Mill feud. When confidence works. The feud with Meek Mill in 2015 was Drake's cleanest victory. Nicki Minaj's ex-boyfriend accused Drake of not writing his own lyrics, but using ghostwriters. Now, in pop, R&B, or even EDM, writing is not a requirement for respect. However, in hip-hop, not writing your raps is a huge slap on your brand integrity and legitimacy as a rapper. Unless you've marketed yourself like a Cardi B, Sexy Red, or even Young Miami. But here's where Drake's strategy worked perfectly. Instead of panicking and over-explaining, Drake responded where it matters, the music booth. Tracks like Charged Up and Back to Back turned the battle into entertainment, thus making Meek Mill look emotional and disorganized, while Drake looked witty and in control. Lesson number 1. In public conflicts, composure is often rewarded more than honesty, and confidence is respected more than unregulated honesty. I repeat, in public conflicts, composure is often rewarded more than honesty. That means you may be saying the truth, right? About what happened between you and someone else. But you have to understand that the public cannot just take your word for it all the time. So what can really help you win is your composure and your confidence, okay? Part 2. The Pusha T feud. When ego meets preparation. Most Drake fans will agree that Pusha T's feud with Drake set the tone for the almost train-wrecking impact of the Kendrick beef. Things exploded after Pusha T released Infrared, accusing Drake of using ghost writers. They claim again. Drake responded aggressively with dopey freestyle. At first, many people thought Drake was winning, and then Pusha T released The Story of Adidon, and the entire battle shifted. Instead of just insulting Drake's music, Pusha T attacked Drake's identity, image, and private life. The revelation about Drake's son became one of the most devastating moments in modern rap beef history. Unlike Meek Mill, Pusha T wasn't trying to win with energy. He was trying to win with calculated information dispersal. Lesson number 2. The bigger your brand, the more dangerous personal exposure becomes. Do not fight with people who know what you are trying to hide. Part 3. The Kendrick Lamar feud. When success fatigue and powerful strategy cooperates. No matter how much you love or respect Drake, you would be lying if you did not agree that this feud was the biggest battle of Drake's career. In 2013, Kendrick's famous Control verse challenged multiple rappers, including Drake, as competition. Most rappers waved this aside as competitive sports. Fast forward to 2024, Kendrick Lamar reignites the rivalry with the song Like That. Then the battle escalates rapidly via songs such as Push-Ups, Euphoria, Family Matters, Meet the Grahams, and Not Like Us. To his credit, Drake approached the battle musically, but Kendrick trumped him by handling it culturally and symbolically. He made the feud feel bigger than music by turning it into a conversation about authenticity, morality, and identity. In a less polarizing country, the impact of this shift in conversation would have been minimized and probably overlooked. But in racially charged America, this move was a trump card against the biracial Canadian rapper who had been on top of the hip hop industry for over a decade. Keep in mind that hip hop is fundamentally Black American. No excuses, no controversy, no dispute over that fact. In addition, Drake wasn't dating or married to a Black American woman. Instead, he had just been exposed for having a very light-skinned baby boy by an alleged white corn star. These details are not for judgment or race politics. They are there to widen your understanding of the trap set for Drake, not just by Kendrick Lamar, but by his colleagues, his record label, and some industry gatekeepers. Lesson number 4. Past victories can create dangerous overconfidence. Be prepared. Study your enemies and be smart enough to change your strategies where necessary. Every opponent is different, so the same strategy may not work. I am Jen in the Lane, and I'm here to change how critical thinkers, Christians and non-Christians, interact with pop culture and modern media as a whole. So we are going to be extracting strategies and lessons from public wins and fails. Now, this is my personal conclusion, right? It's easy for you to just see celebrities and judge them because you feel like their lives are perfect, or you feel like they're always, ranting on Twitter, or they are weird. But the truth is that every single one of us goes through one challenge or the other in our own private and personal lives. So we can extract strategies from these public, celebrity wins and fails, and then find ways to apply these strategies in our own lives, in our own careers, in our business. But if you think about it very well, right, in your own personal life, you might be a Drake in your workplace. You may be on top of the ladder in your workplace, and there are people down the rung that are trying to pull you down. In your workplace, you may be a McMill. You want to climb up, but you feel like you're not good enough, so you need to bring somebody else down. You may be a Pusha T in your workplace. You may be a Kendrick Lamar in your workplace. Okay? So you need to find, it's not just like listening to celeb gist, pop culture, gossip, and then laughing at the celebrities and then going about your day. I don't think that's the best way to interact with pop culture, because whether you like it or not, these people are influencing you one way or the other. So why not strategically, siphon the lessons that you can get from these celebrities and then apply them in your life in order for you to win in your own life, okay? So Drake is by no means a failure. I don't think Drake is a failure. His Iceman, Maid of Honor, and Habibti albums released in May 2026 proved that people are still tuned into him, okay? So yeah, some people don't like Drake, some people like him. That's not what we are here for. We are here to say, okay, what can we learn? Now, number 1, if you know that the machine that has supported you for years, right, is currently not favoring you, it is not advisable for you to enter beefs. Let's say you're working in an office, and then your manager or the CEO of the company, or your let's say your manager, right, doesn't like you, and there are some people that are higher than you that don't like you. Let's say you're a very successful person. Everybody knows you're an excellent person, and they cannot just sack you from the office. They can't fire you from the office anyhow, but they don't like you. It's not now advisable for you to start quarreling with somebody in the office space. Do you get? So that's what happened to Drake. UMG were not feeling him. They had some things, some squabbles. It was not advisable for Drake to enter a rap beef with Kendrick Lamar, because it was obvious that these people were going to somehow push Kendrick Lamar against him. And you alone, no matter how iconic you are as a celebrity, you cannot fight the machine and win. Okay? You can't fight the machine and win. Michael Jackson tried. May he rest in peace. He tried, but you can see that. Imagine, I was so young when Michael Jackson was going through all those accusations, but I can still remember. And by the way, I'm not based in America. That should tell you the reach of these machines. I'm not based in America. I'm based in a developing country, or some may even call it underdeveloped country. But I could still remember the extent of the disgrace that Michael Jackson went through. And mind you, I was a child. That should show you how powerful these machines are. So when these machines are against you, it's better for you to just lay low and be quiet at that point. That's just the truth. Your pride may be hurt, your ego may be hurt, but please, it's better for you to lay low and be quiet than for you to go through what Drake went through. Now, the reason why Drake can even come up on top in 2026 is because he has a very strong fan base like Nicki Minaj. I'll be making a video on Nicki Minaj next. So if you like that, comment what you would like to see about her, okay? So the reason why we are even still talking about him, the reason why his album was not a complete flop is because, well, was not a flop at all, is because he has a very strong fan base. But the truth is that even if you have a strong fan base, right? Maybe now you at work, you have some people that really like you and really look up to you. It's not advisable for you to fight the people that are above you, that can shape the narrative surrounding you. I'm not saying that you should grovel and that you should suck up to them. What I'm saying is that you lay low. After some time, their attention will be, removed from you. Then you can do whatever you want to do. Okay? So yeah, Drake would have been, I know that some people say, okay, this is hip hop. If Drake had not participated in the beef, they would have called him a coward. They would have called him the P word. Then let them call him. Listen, maybe because I'm not a hip hop artist, but come on, it's not every hip hop artist that participates in beefs. Like you can say J. Cole, he's not really known for his beefs. Now I know that some people call him a coward, but I think that the reason why they call him a coward is that he put his toes into the beef, and then it was like, oh, the water was too hot, and then he removed his toes. I feel like if he had never participated at all, nobody would have called him a coward. So I feel like Drake should not have paid Kendrick Lamar any mind. Now, if Drake had taken this strategy, after some time, Kendrick Lamar would have been seen as someone that is bitter. Somebody that claims to hate mainstream attention, but secretly craves it. Then after some time, the public narrative would have shifted in Drake's favor. Do you understand? Look at celebrities like Taylor Swift during her Reputation era. The public, it felt like the general public were against her, but she and her PR team, they have a way of just, I think she went into hiding for some time. And then before we knew it, the public's favor was now shifted back to her. Do you understand? So, if Drake had paid Kendrick Lamar dust, it would have just felt like Kendrick Lamar was shouting at a wall. You know when you are shouting at a wall, you're the one that will look crazy. And then his Kendrick's GNX album would not have been as successful as it was, because maybe people would not have been interested in it. But when somebody is shading you and you're shading them back, they're shading you and you're shading them back, people are going to be interested. Even people that don't like Kendrick were interested in this beef. They were interested in Kendrick's album. They streamed his album. And then, what happened after that? The white men in charge of the NFL, together with Jay-Z, decided, okay, let Kendrick host, let him headline the Super Bowl halftime show. If Drake had never paid Kendrick Lamar any attention, I promise you, Kendrick would have never gotten that Super Bowl halftime moments that he did. Do you understand? So yeah, you don't lose if you don't play. That's just the summary of this video. You don't lose if you don't play. People may mock you and call you a coward, but you'll be able to maintain composure publicly, protect your privacy, and even have a better shot at winning in the future. That's why Beyonce is so protected to an extent, because she doesn't engage in beefs. Imagine Beyonce beefing with Tate McRae, or what are their names? Tate McRae or Sabrina Carpenter or Brandy. Imagine her beefing with them publicly. When you start beefing with people, your skeletons are going to be exposed. You're going to be ridiculed one way or the other. Even if it feels like the whole public loves you, one way or the other, their attention and their favor is going to shift to someone else. So I don't know why people are in this industry and they've not taken notes from people like Beyonce. Like, you must not follow her and do everything that she does, especially if you're a Christian or a person of faith. But you can extract. The Bible says, look to the unrighteous mammon, learn from them. Don't copy the evil things that they do, but there are some things that they are doing that are working for them. Learn those ones and apply them in your life. So there's no reason why Drake should have been fighting with Kendrick Lamar, going back and forth with him. It just built up the excitement and the ecstasy for Kendrick's album, and then you can see what happened. So many Grammys, and then the Super Bowl headline show, they were calling you a PDF. All those things would not have happened if he had just not engaged. So you don't lose if you don't play, okay? I'm Jane in the Lane. I am here to expose strategies that can help you win in life. Check out my next video coming up very soon. If you love this one, please like and subscribe. You would love it here. I'll see you guys next time.